Hello and welcome back to another session of serde-yaml. It's Brian speaking, and in the previous session we actually realized that the new test here that should verify that I'm dumb, that's actually supposed to be a null. Yeah, anyway, that this test we don't even get there. So first of all, I think I have to fix it, because this isn't a vector of some u32. An optional u32. This is what this whole thing is about. It's about null values here. So what we can do, let's say 1, none, 3, and then it's someone. Someone. So funny. And what we get then is 1, 3, and null, right? Because the point is that here null is hidden automatically, but in flow mode sequences, null cannot be omitted. And that is kind of the special handling that we have. But right now, that doesn't even work anymore, even though I think it worked at some point. So why would that be? Encode scalar will only put the stuff here if we are, or only put a space here if we are not empty. And it seems that at some point where's this changed? Is empty document is false. So after the first open. Now I get it. Yeah, so actually this only is the case. So now we are getting there, right? So the problem is that we have an additional space here that shouldn't be there. The rest is okay. And there is a new line, and this space here actually also shouldn't be there. Yikes. So I think now we are getting into the realm of indentation as well, because this additional space is maybe more like a hard-coded thing. Oh my god, so that could be a big issue. Well, not an issue, but it's something we have to fix. And it might be a big thing to fix, because it deals with indentation, but maybe better now than later. Even though when I look at it, I think there's still one big part where we don't handle. Where do we panic? There's still one thing that we don't handle at all at encode scalar, right? So I kind of have a déjà vu. It's so weird. Of course, I have seen this before, but I have a déjà vu of something that I thought I've seen like probably a year ago or something, which obviously is impossible. It's kind of this branching that one case here is panicking because we still have to do it. So opt style, where do we get the opts from? The opts are something. Oh yeah, but that's only for the scalar stuff. So we handle the mapping block style accordingly already. So the point is that we now have to know the style of our enclosing mapping, which can as well be nothing, right? So if it's nothing, or I think if it's nothing, let's do it like that. If it's nothing or yeah. I think that's it. If it's nothing, or if it is damn it, I can't think today. Probably it's one of these many days where I can't think. Sorry, what I tried to say is if we are not in a structure, or if the structure is in block mode, then we do not need to do the spacing the way we do it, because we will have new lines instead, right? And this new line handling, I don't even know where it happens right now. I think in the moment we handle, where's the dash coming in? Here. So if we deal with sequence elements, if we deal with, yeah, so here we have no handling yet. Actually, we don't even, oh, this one, element separator, this one is dealing with the new line actually. This one deals with the block kind. So here we either get commas or we get line breaks. All right. Yeah, I think the only thing that has to be done is that the space is depending on whether or not we are in block mode. In mapping block mode. Yeah. Yeah. Because if we have, basically, this should be not depending on the explicit mode. It's more depending on whether or not we are prefixed with a special character. So in block mode, we would have a dash there. In block mode for a sequence. If we are in flow mode, we have some special control characters. Yeah, if not, is empty document and control or trails has leading control character, right? So it's more like this. So let mud has leading control character. This is really what matters for us. Character. For now, we just put it to false. True if the scalar is prefixed with a control character like flow mode, comma, or yeah, anything else basically, or well, dash. Because yeah, and this is more like, if it's an empty document, then definitely has leading control character. So if we have a leading control character, now the logic here is inversed. So that's how it starts, right? So this empty document. So this might already be true, but we want to review this. Basically, has leading control character. Actually, that's kind of wrong too, because if it's an empty document, then obviously this is true. Otherwise, we have to figure it out. So yeah, and then it doesn't need to be mud, obviously. That's a good thing. So if it has leading control character, then we put a space there. Now we have to do this. So if we don't have, or if the stack is empty, right? If it's an empty document, or self stack lang is 0, then there's nothing to be done here. I think that's decent enough. No, wait, if it's an empty document, The thing is, if the stack length, oh no, wait, we could have, no, that's not the case here. Actually, that's not true. We can't do that because we could have the document control character in front of it, which is kind of special. Yeah, we might want to have a flag for this control character thing, but for now it's kind of difficult to maintain. So let's have the special case stuff. And actually it's false. Then on an empty document, nothing good can happen. So I think we can actually match on this last item that there is. And then if it's none, then what happens? If it's none and it's not an empty document, then there must be something. So it must be true. Yeah. And if it's some kind, then based on the kind, we have to figure out stuff. So now we need the options based on the kind. And I think we do this in some cases already. We use structure kind a lot. Amazing. That's a good one. I know that at least somewhere. We do it kind of in place. I see. Oh, and we have to we need the flow style special handling as well. But I think it's okay. So we can match on this, can borrow, then we pass this into the flow style or thing, and then we get the right options. Yeah. I think that's it. Okay. I think there's no need really to have a function that does that because it's too specific. Sequence, structure, kind, sequence. And what we are interested in is the style, right? So in flow style, so first we will get the style and then we will match on the kind. So that is, come on. Opts, borrow, sequence, details, style. Structure, kind, mapping shall be opts, borrow, mapping, details, style. And this is something we throw. Oh, wait. We have to match on the kind. Totally forgot that. And this is something we have to throw in our little helper function. Self. And this is something we match on then. So that's the interior match. Oops. Let's do it like that. And that's the exterior match. Maybe like that. And this also looks awkward now. Damn it. But it doesn't have to be there. Here it's better. Okay. So we match on the kind. Then get the style. But of course this is something we have to put into self. And maybe I want to keep this in a separate variable, huh? Let style be self flow style or this. Yeah, flow style that. So now we have a style borrow here. That's totally awesome. And it will also just be temporary, which is good because otherwise we would get into trouble later when we try to use self as writable. So here we can now match on the style. And if we are in flow style, then it's always true. Actually, we don't have to match on the style, huh? We only have 2 structure styles anyway. But yeah, the point is, oh no, wait, if we are in flow style or if it's, yeah, so when is it not the case that we have a leading control character? So in block, as in flow style, generally there is a leading character because it's comma or bracket open close and stuff. In block style, this is also the case. Yeah, so basically only in mapping style, right? So if the style, if the structure kind is a mapping, and if the style is not flow, then this is the only thing. So I don't really care about anything else. And sequence style, in any case, this is true. Yeah, let's not do this. Let's just return here directly. So what? Again, so if there's nothing, we assume that there is something beforehand that requires us to do that. And then we match the kind. If it's a sequence, we always have something in front, so it's true. And everything in, let's put it here, everything in flow mode has leading control characters. In block mode, a mapping with implicit entries has none. And that's really it. This is the logic here. And it's also the implicit entries that we have to handle. So here we go. I think I want to have some more space. Bang. So we can match on the mapping, actually so if this is flow style, or if the mapping details end up if let structure style flow, terrible, nothing works. So I might be best by putting it down here then, huh? And down here, maybe. Terrible. So, if this is a flow style, then we are definitely true here. Otherwise, it is a block style. And in block style, we have to see if we have explicit mapping. So you could also match on that, huh? I think matching might be nicer here because we only have 2 structure style. Yeah, let's match then it's also exhaustive, and we don't risk that something goes wrong if we add something, which will never happen, but you know. I think this is it. No. Okay, let me do it like that. So now that's, oh yeah, we own this one, so it's all good. Damn it. Good, so now we have the structure, finally. If it's a mapping, then if it's a structure style block, so structure style flow requires us to assume that it has leading control characters, and block basically says that, okay, if we have ops borrow mapping details, explicit entries. So only if we are in explicit entries, we may assume that this is true. Well, Jesus, that is kind of a fancy return value here. How does either sublime? I'm always afraid of this. So here we have the outer match. Here there is there's a match case. Oops, something is very wrong here. Voila. 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 So that's the logic. Is that awesome? Is that easy to understand? No. lib-yaml is better in that regard? Yes. But also more brute force. Right now we are kind of very specific, and we know based on our options what must be the case, right? We deduce a lot because we don't know that stuff right now. If I at some point have a function that says, okay, write control character, then I know, okay, I've just written a control character, right? Is this something? Review st logic is difficult to follow. Would be good to just keep state about the last token type written, i.e. control character or sequence or something. And we only do this game to be able to know when to put spaces and when not. So let's see if that builds and ideally works as good or bad as before. 3, 4, 6. Oh, that's an assignment. Now, okay, structure kind, that's a reference. Oh, wait a moment. Something is not as expected. 331. Oh, so I now got a double ref. I think that's the point here. Mapping details. Attempted access mapping details, but no field with that name was found. Really? How is that called? That's weird. On type scalar details. Oh, we have, okay, we should use self-ops here. Yeah. Makes sense. We have another piece of options, which is just the options for the scalar, for the encoding here. For the scalar itself. Okay, so now this works. Let's see. Let's look at our tests here. No, mismatch types. Okay, that is probably in our newly added test. Oh yeah, I have to rebuild the structure accordingly. So now we have the latest structure. And so nothing additional was broken. That's good. Mapping block. Where are we now? We are further. We are in line 116. Awesome. We're right here. That's one before the one we want to be at. So what do we expect? This. What do we get? This. So there is, the new line is expected key. Oh look. There's no character here. There's no space. So yes, we are in block mode. It's probably the explicit entries thing. So has leading character is only only if we are a value, right? If we are a key. Haha. So we have this information. If we are a mapping key, then we have none in this. If we are a mapping key, basically if we are a value, we always have it. So not self is mapping key. Yeah, so let's just say let is value is if we are not a mapping key, right? Mapping key. So if we are a value, we expect the colon to be in front of us, or or if we are a key, it's only about if you have explicit entries or not. So now this should be better. Yeah, cool. So now we are in line 121. Further advanced. So what do we get? We get new line key space null blah blah blah. New line null. Looks good to me. And we expect, I mean, this looks very clean. New line key. Ah, there is a comma here. That was my mistake. New line, blah. So that is exactly what we expect. Except for maybe there is, it is not. Oh yeah, but there is a null here, an explicit null. Why is there an explicit null? Because there shouldn't be an explicit null. Okay, so that's also a problem here. Interesting. So again, what do we get? New line. The null is a problem, and we expect something without a null. And the space is something that might also not be there in the real world. But yeah, the problem is the null here. The null just shouldn't be there. So cool, we've just verified that hiding values doesn't work. Because that should be the default. Oh, wait, sorry. Actually, we have to set it to hide. We have changed the options previously. Hide value. So I think now it has a chance to work. There might just be this new line that is debatable. And see, not this new line, the space. So this space shouldn't be here because we are in prefix mode. We will add the space if we think there is a control character in front of us. This is a thing we just implemented after all. So cool. Now we are at the location that we can only fix. Oh yeah, and we changed our value just to be able to test this. Yeah, so the good thing is this works. The bad thing is we have changed the value because obviously this is only relevant. And maybe I change it back to a default one. Do I have a default implementation here? No, not really. Add v. Do I have clone on there? Neither. I could just reset it. This will not make it work, but it will be closer to what we would expect. And that's the hide entries thing that we just don't do yet. Cool. So we accomplished something today. So that's improved control character handling. Yeah. Do I call it imp for improvement, which is kind of special? Fix. I think it's a fix. Improved handling of prefix space. Now we have a notion of whether a value is a key or whether a scalar is a key or a value, and if it is prefixed with a control character. The logic is somewhat complex, but seems to properly seems to properly handle the implied or the logic nonetheless. Yeah, that is that. There's one big thing that we have to handle, that is indentation and entry hiding. And indentation is actually something we could do before. I will think of new tests to add though, that we can verify beforehand. But besides that, I think I'm good. At least for this session. It's 33 minutes in, another short one. That's good. Let's try to keep them that way. So thanks for watching and have a good day.